Hello there. Thank you so much for finding time to join us for the Dear Parent Show. My name is Nashami Wangara. I am daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Wangara, and I am a lover of parenting. I think, let me just be a parent all my life. It's amazing. It's a gift. It's an honor. It's a privilege. It's just when you know that you have a life that you are raising, a life that you are shaping, a generation actually that you're shaping through that one child. Man, you'll handle it with much love and just honor and be in awe of it. I am glad that you are part of this amazing community. I totally celebrate each and every one of you that is part and parcel of Dear Parent Show. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the watching, the subscription, the commenting, the sharing. The other day I bumped into an episode. Someone had shared a link in some group on Facebook, and I was like, yes, this is how we're growing and this is how we are impacting lives. So thank you for being part and parcel of this. God bless you for me, and let's keep at it. And Dear Parent Show has been around for a while now, and those that have been following us, thank you. But if this is your first time to join us, welcome on board. And I will tell you this, that before these particular episodes, we have other episodes. And trust you me, every episode is different. Every guest has a different perspective. I personally learn with each and every episode. So I would welcome you to go back, check the other episodes, keep learning, keep growing, keep challenging yourself, and keep being better while at it. So thank you for joining us today. I am honored to have a friend on set. And it's such a joy, man. Me fry. And we're going to get to know him. You'll be glad you joined us. The drill. Pana minimize, apana mute to watch paka the last minute until uone wakisema special thanks to hapo ndio unaweza mute, but let's watch to the very end, even as we get to learn and just grow while at parenting. Hi bro.
Hi.
Itakuaje?
Tuonge.
Sindio?
Yes, I'm glad to be here. Great.
How have you been? It's been a minute.
I'm doing well. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We could have Nashamis in our days. We could have made some mistakes that we made.
I know, right?
We made a lot of mistakes, by the way. We were left to grow. But now you're raising a generation.
Amen to that.
So thank you for what you are doing. I'm glad to be here, and I'm happy to support what God is doing through you.
Amen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Asante.
Those encouragements take us to the next level.
Amen.
I'm charged.
You are.
How have you been? How's been the year so far?
The year's been well. All right. By the way, my wife has been okay. So that's what gives me joy.
Oh. Yeah, what for? Mera, hey, come slowly.
Hey, my wife, Jabi Moshoge, she's the most amazing woman in the world. If China's walls were built by human beings, she'll be the first stone to be laid there.
Hey, yeah. Mera, come slowly.
Yeah.
Hey,
Can I go ahead?
Hey.
And three amazing, beautiful girls. That is Shama, Kayla, and Tasha. Yeah.
Amazing.
So that's what makes me become happy. The year's been well. I think we are getting to the third quarter, the last quarter of the year.
Last quarter, kind of.
And I think I'm doing it well, because now getting to end of August with this show, I think it's just crowning my year.
Amen.
Great.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Please introduce yourself to us.
Oh, I didn't introduce myself.
You're bad.
You're bad. We were told that, but as you introduce yourself, start with your name and then your wife. Don't go to the kids first.
Okay.
Already in charge introduce. My name is Covenant Douglas Angogo. I'm a born again believer. I am married to one wife, Jabi Moshoge, for the last 12 years. If I have to propose again, I just still propose to her. Yeah, so we have been doing parenting. Of course, I don't have teenagers, but I think I have been doing a lot of teens program. So I've been co-parenting with other parents. So my experience with parenting is because of, one, the in-house parenting of the teens, the young people I have in my house, and then the vast I think interaction with the teenagers around, and so that's what I do. So I do a program for teenagers that deals with helping them to know who they are, and then an InterVarsity program that helps young people in the campus to be able to build the right foundation to peer to semester parenting. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I go to Deliverance Church Umoja, but the church ni muhimu. That's where I get parenting also. Yeah, so I go to DC Umoja, and Bishop JB is my spiritual Our Father.
Okay.
Yeah. Simeisha.
Nikitaka ngine nitakuitisha kwani si uko hapa?
Niko tu hapa. Great.
But it's amazing what you do and the heart that you have for this generation.
Yeah.
It's really gaining momentum by the day.
Yeah.
And I know, I think when we look back, I'm sure from when you started and this far, and then you meet some of those young people you began with, you're like, God, thank you for this opportunity. This thing is working.
It works. There's a day I went to 2018. We went to a weekend challenge in Njambini Girls. Boys. So weekend challenge. So me, I did my work. I preached. People got born again. 6 years down the line, I'm meeting someone in a studio like this. Doing a recording for another friend of mine on a relationship. And who guess who is on the camera? One of the young ladies. So me even didn't know when I'm leaving, and then she's like, "Oh, do you remember me?" No. You came to our school, you preached, I got born again, and I'm still serving God. You see, like you're saying, that is the joy of mentorship.
Yeah. It's such a joy. Yeah. Because sometimes, when life happens and so much is happening, even around us as individuals, those are some of the things when you get to hear, you're like, God, I'm glad I'm around and I'm glad I get to do this because if this seed grew like this, then I'll keep planting more seeds.
In fact, that's the joy of planting. When you're able to go back and pick the fruits from the tree. And I think I've been seeing also what you're doing and the joy of having these people around you grow. And see them come to become people that you trust God to become. That's the joy of God.
It is. Amen. Keep at it.
So that's why you're parenting, I'm parenting.
Hapo sana sana. Mother, we are, sitaki kusema tuna overdo lakini we are all over.
The grace gives us that overdo because
this overdoing is allowed.
Overdoing is allowed in the Bible. Nasema that you may press down, running over, running over.
Hiyo ni overdo.
To overdo.
Nice one. Shaken together, running over ni overdo.
Yes.
And it's acceptable.
So, and God gives us the grace to do what? To overdo. So mimi sitafanya and sitaki nipe below average.
Over.
No.
Over
see, hata si meet above expectations. So let's do it, Wangara. I think for us to be able to really have a future that is probably well knit in terms of family life, a stable family and lasting marriages, we must overdo now.
True. So that we secure a future
because we don't do it now, we'll have a lot of hard work in future. So let's do it right now.
Amazing. Now, Douglas, tell me about, apart from your immediate family, your nuclear family, tell me about your family. What's your dad's name?
Oh, my dad's name is
family.
Eric Angogo.
Tell me about Mr. Angogo's family.
Mr. Angogo is a gentleman. We were raised up with 4 kids. And I'm the third born. And our first born is 78 years. 1978 when? Okay. Somewhere. So we raised up 4. And I think by then, being in a family, being raised up by parents was not like intentionality. I think parents will give birth to you people and they'll see you grow. So they provide more of material but no support. We didn't have emotional support in our growing up. And I think that is what I can say from my end. I didn't have any emotional growth, maybe support, in terms of raising us up to become who we are supposed to be. So I'll not say I had a listening ear from both the parents because for them provision was key and shelter was important. But they never knew that we have more needs that we as kids than that. So I grew up, like I told you, we grew up. We were not raised up. So tulijitafutia kuishi, kujua maisha, kujua kusema no, kujua kupiga mtu na kupigwa. So we grew up in a space where we only, I think by the grace of God, we are just probably maturing up. And then now when you grow up to a certain age, you realize, by the way, kuna vitu nililack. And I'll say, anyone who was raised up who is now at the age of around 40, 35 to 40, uko kwa category yangu. We grew. And because of that growing, we had a lot of things we missed up. And if you're not careful, if you miss something in your childhood, as you're growing up, you pass it out to your family. And I think that's now where this parenting comes in. Because unless we shed off, we cannot be able to do it, to grow up.
And because you are passionate about young people and that is your heart and you're mentoring them and all that, sometimes I tell this to young people. For example, I made mistakes so that you don't make them. Because from my mistakes, now I can raise you right so that you don't go the path I went. Tell me any highlight now about you as a teenager that you'd like to point out in your teenage years.
There's a time I did an engagement with Anthony Ndiema. And I just remember they talked to us, to our parents, because I run a program with teenagers, and then the parents are also on board. And they talked about the paint. And they said mostly we have what we call the wet paint. And the wet paint, probably, if you're not careful, even if you're passing around, it stick on you.
Yeah.
And in most cases, when the people are doing paint, they'll say wet paint, be aware of wet paint.
Yeah.
Because if you're not aware of it, it affects you. So the same applies to the way you're growing up. We have a lot of wet paint in us. And some of the wet paint we have in us is probably that space of probably being hurt and unforgiveness. So that's a wet paint.
Yeah.
So unless you lift it up, and lifting up means you bring it up in terms of by wale watu wanakuja after you, they should be able to know, but the way Douglas went through this, and these are wet paint. So I'm not supposed to do what? To allow myself to rub myself with them. So when you far protect from that wet paint, is not your children, it is you. If you don't put a warning sign and work on it, allow it to dry up. That's why it dries your wet paint. So some of the things we went through, like for me, I think I went through a space of probably feeling a bit of rejection. Because of the father's figure. Yeah. So I didn't have a father's figure around. Like I said, my dad was a provider, but not provision in terms of emotional support, not being available. Yeah. And that's a wet paint for me, because if I don't work on it, that emotional disconnect with my dad, I'll pass it to my children. True. So like you're saying, sometimes the things we go through, they'll help us to really be careful not to do the same to our children, but at the same time, it can duplicate because utasema furthermore siniliishi so hata wale naweza wapea everything but niwanyime my presence, they can still go on. So what I'll say is mentoring these young people has helped me to understand that there's a wet paint in every family, but it is mwenye akona hiyo wet paint aitoe ache dry. How do you dry it? Listen to such podcasts. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you for that. Now, today I wanted us to have a conversation about a topic. I think there's a day I had a guest here and we talked to some degree about it, but I just thought of another perspective of it. That's why I thought we'd talk about it. And it's the whole place of sexual harassment and sexual assault in children. Because it's not a good thing. No child should go through that.
It's never.
But it's happening.
It's happening. Yeah. And in silence.
And in silence. Exactly. Yeah. Because sometimes you find people. The other day, I can't remember, but there's a day I saw on social media, someone had, the way somebody puts up a post and then now the feedback is in the comments. The comments. We know how to make people follow us.
And I can assume that post. I know the post.
Yeah. So someone talked about her incidents about sexual assault, and then she had her story, and people kept sharing, Actually, it was from the place of rape from someone you know, someone you knew, and then how it's hard. And this is grown-ups, because most of them were ladies grown up. Yeah. But now we're talking about children. And like you're saying, silently zinasipiwanga under the carpet. But we want to bring it on top of the carpet because we need to address this.
It must be addressed.
And today we're just going to talk about now the whole place of the emotional hurt that comes with that. Because we can deal with the physical to ensure, okay, my child was raped, okay, let me ensure she didn't get pregnant or she didn't get infected with any disease, and that's it. But do we fully address the emotional bit of it? And I think that's what I just want us to go through and try to understand and help parents. Because maybe there's a parent out here, she's like, my daughter or my son was just assaulted and I don't know what to do about this. So I think I'll begin from the place of what are some of the emotional hurt that children go through when they are victims of sexual harassment or assault? Any that you can think of?
That is a very, very sensitive topic. I think for me, I'll say sexual harassment in young people, children, is at a high rise. And some of it is not even probably you can say that act of sexually molested or sexually engaged into the act of sex, but even exposed.
Yes.
And you see, most of us at home, tunadhani by the way protecting kids because there's no one who's doing this to them, but whatever we expose them to is the same as the act of sex. And I'll say parents should be very much aware that home is the first place that we grow in terms of virtues. Home is the first place that we grow in terms of our self-worth. Home is where we feel like we need to be loved. But now homes may place whereby it's not even safe to be at home with the kid. And one of the things that I know about issue of sexual harassment that affect people emotionally, because you see, sex, maybe sexual abuse is not only emotional first. Of course, like you said, first of all, it's physical. Either by what I watch, what I've been exposed to, or what has been done to me. Now, that physical damage translates to no emotions. Like you say, I'll be able to heal, maybe give you PEP, no STIs, no HIV, protect you from those maybe pregnancy. But you see, even going through those PEPs and going through those now translates now from now the physical that has been probably covered, not healed. We don't heal physically, it's covered. Because if you have a wound, it means there's a damage. Now, if I have a scar, have I really healed? No. It means there's a damage somewhere. So there's a lot of damage that goes beyond the physical blood that you see. When I have a wound on my leg, there'll be bleeding. I'll cover it. My daughter was hurt sometimes back. The wound was there. When it was covered, it was like, by the way, tumefunika to see only a wound, but there's still what you call the damage. That's what you call emotional impact of that. So we are already covered, we're healing physically, but the wound is still there. So one of the wounds that kids will always experience is what you call social detachment. One thing is they'll have in their mind that, by the way, if it's a lady who was molested or maybe abused, she'll have a negative view about fathers or men, especially if it's someone from the immediate family. So that disconnect of the mind that makes, by the way, men are not safe. These kids, see, the mental effect is not only on probably how they view men, but it, once you change someone else's mind about something, you affect their whole life. You affect the way they're going to grow up being in terms of even when they become parents. You affect the way they're going to parent their children. You affect the way they're going to even interact in school. And as those things are being probably disturbed in their mind, you affect their intellectual. Once you affect their intellectual, do you know what? You affect their performance. So one thing is the mind is probably disorganized. This is how men behave, Kwisha. This is how ladies behave, Kwisha. And there's a quote that someone said that when you go through it, there's high chances you can make someone go through it. And that scares me. Once a victim will cause someone to become a victim. So kitu nafanya through sexual abuse is either they look at it as it's a normal thing. And when they grow up, they want to do it. Or they fear that I'll never do this again. So the mind picks a different note of relationships, a father, a mother, an uncle, or a relative. So the scar is still there, the wound has healed, but the damage is there. So I'll say emotional effect is very broad. We can just break it down as we continue.
And because you've mentioned about the whole place of how if their mind is tampered with, it would affect them in different other areas of their lives. Because this is a child, they go to school, they have people they are relating with. I mean, they are growing up. So it literally affects how they are doing this. But picture a scenario where, as a parent, you're even not aware that your child was assaulted. Because sometimes it happened out there and they didn't, like they have not opened up. But you as a parent, somehow, quote unquote, we need you to know. But sometimes they won't tell. So if a child, for example, because one of the things, especially when you talked about social distancing, if a child, this has happened to them, there's a way they start behaving towards specific gender, especially because that was the perpetrator gender. But as a family, as a parent, how do we, and you have been working around young people, how is it for us to pick that? How easy is for us to know that this silence is because, or this attitude towards the other gender is because? How easy is it for us to pick that?
One, I'll say it's not easy, and it's also easy. Two things. Nashami, you've been doing parenting sessions.
Yeah.
If you don't create friendship with the child,
Mm.
they will not tell you.
Mm.
So the first place I'll say is, for a parent to be able to be in the children's world,
Mm.
you must be available for them as a friend to them first. Most parents are like, but then how do I become a friend? Be a friend first, because a friend who sticks closer than a brother.
Mm.
There are things your friends can tell you
Mhm.
that you can tell your friends that are personal about you, Nashami. You can't tell your family.
True.
So when I make you a friend, it means I've created trust whereby I know if I talk to you, you'll be able to tell me. So the first thing I'll say, it is easy and not easy. Easy if you have created friendship with your child.
Yeah.
And you've been able to note your child's probably, I think, patterns, even the way when he sleeps, when he goes to bed, how he eats, how he interacts with other people. If I'm in their life, I'll be able to know, by the way, your cousins were here and you're a bit so distracted, you're not even connected to them, you are a bit far away from brother Nani and kama ni dem. So that's why if I'm in their life, I'll be able to know. Why it's happening to you, because they'll tell you. So the first thing is noticing the distance in terms of the interaction with the opposite sex, based on who feels pain. That's one. Number two, you'll be able to know this through probably people who know your child. Especially if your child is in school and they're in group work, or every day in school she's just alone in the corner. People are playing together, she's not in the same playing with other people. So that's one sign. So distancing is one. And then number two, self, I think we call it the close down. So this lady probably she's so much, or this guy is so much on her own. But nimesema tu kitu moja, kama hujajua pattern ya mtoto wako kama ako healthy, utajua kama ako unhealthy. So that's the challenge. So one thing is social distancing. Number two, even I know of a parent whose daughter was molested a little different venue, ndio sijulikane, because she watches more of my program, because I'll share this link. The daughter was molested, they had gone for vacation. And just at night, when people are just randomly looking at the sea, and a man just passed by and fulfilled her things, but she just molested her, he didn't have sex with her. And that thing stuck in this girl's mind. And the parents were not able to notice because of not being present. Because sasa awajui mtoi mbona leo ongoi jana, you're okay today, not talking, you're not even maybe shaking hands with men. When you go to the toilet, you're afraid, unaambia mtu please, like maybe she's a lady, she go to the washroom and she tells Nashami, who is a friend, please stay there. You get it?
Ningoje.
Ningoje. And you're like, ni mchana, pana, no, please be there for me. So those are the signs. So you'll be able to know there's something that happened to this kid. So that's the mental thing you'll be able to know. Others probably with maybe sexual assault, the walking style. So it's a lady, you'll be able to see her walking differently. Is even a man, you'll find them probably they don't put on, they used to put on. So tabrakama kanavanga long tight, amanza kuva long, they see tight because of the damage that have been done to them. And withdrawing from the gender that probably inflicted pain to them. But the challenge is I must be present to know the patterns.
True.
So if I know there's a deviation in the pattern, I'll be able to question. So patterns speaks more. And probably if you go further, because this thing affects different aspects of our lives, socially, academically, they start even going low in grades. They go low in grades, and you're like, I give you everything, you're not performing, and this person, because of that self-image imekuwa damaged, self-esteem imeenda chini, identity imeenda chini, they feel like there's no need for life. And you know what? Some even go to commit suicide.
Very true.
Because
very true.
Once you affect the way I view life, there's no need for life. So patterns utaziona, but pako present kwa hiyo mtoi. Otherwise, you think everything is okay.
A case scenario of a young girl I met in some school, and actually one of the friends referred her to me, and we talked, and this girl was in distress. Distress, why? Because it was a new term, they had come back, it was January, a new year, and during the December holidays, she had been, actually I think when they had just closed school, she remember the holidays longer, 2 months plus. So she was a victim of rape from a relative. And unfortunately for her, she conceived. Number one, she didn't tell the parents she was raped. So while she's still dealing with that, she realizes she's missed her periods. And she gets tested, she's pregnant. And so this person who did this is not even around. And nobody knows anything that happened. and the place of presence. The parents are not present. Actually, that period over the holidays, they were kind of alone. So wamewaachia pesa mingi ya matumizi. She took part of that money and she went to hospital and she got rid of the pregnancy. So I'm meeting someone who is damaged in both sides. She that's not something she would have done, but she had to, because I can't be pregnant. I'm a student, and then it is my cousin who raped me, and nobody knows that I was raped. So how do I start telling my mom, I had an abortion because I was pregnant because my cousin raped me? Like, how did all this happen and I didn't know? So I believe, I agree, if we are present, we are able to pick signs.
You're able to pick the pattern, and you see, like that case of probably this girl going through the circle. If it's a relative, I think me, I'm very much, you see nowadays, Nashami, Kitambo used to even run around, maybe play with people, but nowadays you'll find that kama unajua mte wako, you'll discover that this girl is not even hugging male friends or male cousins. She's distant with them, and that shows kuna sign. And if this parent could be around, she will not notice, because probably if the cousin was still part of the family, angona kama umdem ataki kumongelesha, kumkaribia. But now that absence keeps us away from knowing what happens to our kids. But you know what? There's nothing as bad as mental torture. And that's why, even as she went and did an abortion, she's still having a lot of issues, because she knows she has done a wrong thing, she did a wrong thing, and she's living in guilt in all those things.
It's sad, but again, you know, even the whole place, and this is going back to us as parents, because like you said, for us to be able to pick things, it's because we have created a friendship and we are present. And so what about the whole place of, you might be present, but are you a safe space? Can I come to you about this particular? No, you can be available for me. We talk matters academics. Because we talk matters, whatever. But now this particular one, how safe are we creating that space?
I think present and safety is important, because we have friends. All of us have friends. But I think all of us have a narrow number of friends that kuna wale sasa naweza ambia kila kitu. Maybe ni wawili watatu.
Mtu alisema wakifika watano hauna mtu.
Hauna mtu. So go
those
below
are too many. Yes.
So even as we interact with these kids, I think we need to create a safe space. I love that word, safe space. Because until I'm sure that I'm safe telling everything about me, I'll not tell you.
True.
I can be your friend, but not like me, I have friends. But kuna wale nazambia anything around me, but najua wengine nikiwaambia hii haikai, ndio na mtandaoni, or they'll mark me. I know of a parent, of a young girl, and I'm sorry to these parents, if you're not creating a safe space, these kids will find a space that assumed to be safe, and they become more victim.
Yes.
Where I know of a young lady, I know two ladies. One who is, she officially told me that I'm a lesbian. Why? I told my mom when my cousin molested and raped me when I was young, and my mom said I am lying. In fact, my mom beated me. But they kitili niuma, guys. Nifanya counseling kwa mtoi, lakini nasema, how? This happened. I reported. My cousin was defended. And I was told I am lying. Naribia familia ujina. So this lady said it took her time to adjust. She had to do what? To just see herself as there's nothing that's working in me. You know what she did? She tried to become a lesbian. Why? Because I think the man I thought was a cousin became something else to me. The parents I thought can trust me, they took me away. So, Mr. Douglas, what are you telling me about thinking back? Because my mama may reject, may defend mwanaume. So I think if you don't create a safe space, you see this lady now felt like, no, safety is in being a man. So let me look for other ladies, because we're okay with ladies. Another lady, another young boy who was molested, and he reported by our house help. And this young boy is a very bright young boy. You know, the very big schools in Nairobi, national schools. And the young boy was molested by a house help. Presence is important. The parents were working hard, have everything. Then they leave this young boy when he was still in primary school with the house help. Do you know the house help molested this lady, this boy? The boy felt like, by the way, I don't matter in life. She mentioned to the parents said, we trust this household. Guy, you trust the household?
Over your child's word.
It you. Kwanza, you're the third born. She has been here with the other kids. And the boy said, Mom, this happened to me. And the boy said, if you can't trust me, let me go ahead. Do you know the boy now got into masturbation, got into pornography because of not listening.
Yeah.
So I think presence and atmosphere to express what we are going through. We see our normal parents don't talk about academics only kwa mtoto wako. Don't. Sometimes when they expect academics, even go away. Another point too, when the child closes school, wangalenga report card the first week. Because if the first thing we discuss in the report card, the tuition next week, they will not connecting.
Yeah.
Because that's what parents do. Umepata nini? Kuna mwalimu. But can you just create a sort of way? Let this kid come from school. Yesu mambo amepata grades G C minus. Ebu assume kama tu hujaongea hiyo story. Because once you create a space where they feel like mom was supposed to really scorn me. Hajani scorn. Mom was supposed to hakuna kitu kimefanyika. 1 week imeisha. They now create a space of safety. They look at you not as an supervisor.
Yeah.
Targets maybe hapana. Bona. They look at you as a friend.
Yeah.
So they'll start even talking about them, Mom, but the way I didn't perform well. Let them come up. And they say, Mom, this was and this. Create space. But if you become a parent who is becoming a supervisor, you see, there's something that came up sometimes back. And maybe being on social media, you know these things. About a teacher in one of the big schools in Nairobi.
Yeah.
To mentioning majina. And 20 years down the line is when these women.
Imagine women, grown up, mothers.
Are coming up to tell us about what happened to them.
Imagine.
20 years ago.
Imagine.
So what was the problem? They didn't have a space to express.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So if you're going to keep
our
kids away from us and we become like supervisors, when targets to be met, they'll not speak. They come 20 years down the line. But you know what? It's so unfortunate that these people who came and started talking 20 years down the line, some are married. Shida moja hizi vitu, because you see when you speak, you heal. Because I think most of them, when they made noise on the social media, then went there with the leaves, they feel like, now you're okay. And I'm just wondering, what were the husbands thinking with the way?
I know, right?
Kama wakwe wambia, but this is what I met to in high school. Because I was like, now, what are the husbands thinking about these women who have come back now and say, this guy molested me, and they're now out in the street. But when they spoke, things settled down. So this is what happens, that if you don't heal, then a lot of sides, even for mothers, we don't have a lot of kids who have been molested, but some of us, if you grow up and you don't really speak about it, it affects us.
True.
And you can see, I've known of parents who are afraid of hugging their male children.
Do
you know what? I've seen of parents who are afraid of changing the kids' diapers. Mtoto wako 2 years. Na ni mwanaume, hataki kumchange diapers.
Oh dear.
Nightmare. Why? Because of the stigma.
Oh Lord.
So as much as we're trying to hide these things, Nashami, they'll come and eat our marriages.
They will.
I know a young lady who, when she got molested, she was afraid to tell the parents. She worked in it in marriage. When they got into a marriage covenant, she was afraid to have sex. She'll do anything to avoid sex.
Oh dear.
Then of it, the marriage broke. But ningesaidika.
Yeah.
So the stigma that is, see, this lady was healed. She was given all those things, but the mental stigma, the mental challenges didn't come out of it. So I'll say, let's create a safe space. Otherwise, tutakuja na matawi 20 years tukisema ni huyu
20 years later, mimi pia.
So if a parent can speak,
oh Lord,
nikushua kuna mtoto aliongelesha mzazi wake, mzazi akamreject. So juzi amemwona kwa
haya.
And then I'll remind you, I said about it, you didn't hear. And then you look back, we discovered this girl was a potential performer. She came out of that very nice school with a very, not really worth nini. Now you go back about the way it is what happened. So I think openness, like you said, I think safe space means I'll not judge you. You see that some parents, maybe my parents were like that, but when you're speaking, they already have an answer.
Yeah.
And even you know that mom will tell me this and this. That's not being safe. Safe space means I'll say, I'll cry, I will say anything that I've done in school, but I know a parent who's Pastor Warui. You need to have Pastor Warui here. Bishop Warui is a very great friend. Warui, nitakurecommend kwa Nashami. When they're leaving school with the daughter, she's very open with the daughter, and the daughter will tell her everything about what happened in school. Mwanafunzi mgani alijaribu kumkatia kama ameenda music festival, nani alimwandikia sijui ka note na anamwambia, and the dad is like, oh, this shows you're growing, so people can notice you. This is okay. So what do you tell them? But Mira anasema nini
vitu mnafanya huko,
ndio mnaenda kwa music festival, ni kuona music festival, hivyo
ndio utakuwa music tena.
So how do you create a space whereby this case will tell us anything, even if there's a teacher who has been calling in the staff room for revision, na anamwambia kuja kama kuna watu. You see, that's space.
Yeah.
But then this teacher calls me in the office and we do revision, but most times when someone comes in, this teacher says, wait. So if you create a safe space, is a hyenas as a kuwa na nafasi.
True story.
But if you don't create safe space, umepata nini? Kwa nini?
Yeah. We are not raising doctors and whatever. First we remind ourselves we are raising a wholesome child, bwana.
A wholesome child.
Yeah.
Holistically.
Yes.
Si akipita tu kem na maths mbaya. But that's what parents are doing.
Tu atapita hiyo kem na math lakini ako damaged mbaya.
Damage is bad. And like I said, see, when there's a wound, like we're talking about sexual assault wounds, wound ikwangi mahali hakuna damage. So kama kuna any sexual assault, hata kama ni just exposure, I know of a parent, of a parent who had a house help, and when the house help, the parents will leave, go to work. When they come back, the kid was around 6-7 years. One day the house help discovered, the wife, let me check on this, if on your house help. So katuma house help kwa duka mbali. Mimi mtumanga ile mahali atapata kitu nataka. And she went to the phone, and she found that this lady has a lot of photos that are naked, but Caesar alipiga kwa studio kwa nyumba yake. Kujua meza.
Bas.
Na ako zero.
Bas.
Anatumia nani? Na sasa mtoto anakwanga kwa wapi? Mtoto wa 6 years anakwanga kwa wapi?
Ukipiga hizi zako.
Maybe yeye anampiga. God help us, and that's why it's painful, man.
It is.
So maybe anampiga. This is a boy. Anampiga picha. So this boy has not been engaged sexually, probably by the act.
But he's exposed, and it's sending signals.
Yeah. And you expect this young boy to really maybe treat ladies with respect. Those are the signs.
Okay. Yo, wow. And when we are talking about this whole place of sexual assault, can you talk about the place of professional help now? Because let me give you a story of a young man that I was introduced to by, I think, a cousin of his or something. This boy had been expelled from school, Form 1, because he was a homosexual. And the parents decided, of course, they scolded him and told him, you need help. They looked for a therapist, wakampeleka kwa therapist.
No, limwambia enda, uko na shida.
Wewe uko na shida, enda. And wherever he got, for the reason why his cousin reached out to me is because aliniambia, Nashami, I see you work with young people. I need you to help my cousin. Amepelekwa kuko hivi na hivi, amepelekwa sessions, and he hates going there because the boy actually needs help. He feels stucky stuff. But wherever he was taken, bro, that man that was supposed to give him therapy is gay.
What?
And you've come and told these people, my child is dealing with this, he's gay, he needs help, and you've brought him to a gay therapist. So he was not having sessions. This man was actually taking advantage of him again.
The man was having sessions with him now.
Yeah, sexual session instead of therapy. Yet you have paid money, pumped money and taken there. The reason I'm sharing that is the whole place of, if we chose, because I advocate for professional help where necessary, but if we chose to do professional therapy, what is our role in that as parents? Yes, you've passed your child to somebody, but what is our role?
I think one thing that parents do wrong is we overtrust. Yeah, we overtrust. And I've seen parents really, you see, credibility is very important. And I normally advise by that before you take someone to a therapy, just take them for professional counseling. but do you know that person?
Mm.
Some of us are doing this courses for professionalism.
Yeah.
Eh?
Mm.
See heart. See
Mm.
calling. And if I'm taking you because these courses are open to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, hata msagi maybe alifanya kwa masters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And akona knowledge, information. But I'm not that person. So what advice by this? Before you take someone for therapy or for counseling, can you get referrals? Don't depend on I know I have a counselor somewhere there anaitwa nani najua anafanya kazi poa, big names. But I'm gonna say do referrals work very well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And some of the referrals is, do you know of a parent? Start it from the church. Can the church give you help?
Yeah.
Then move from the church. Can you know people who you are in the same circle? They can give you help. So do scrutiny in terms of follow referrals more. And then every time you do your child go to a session, can you get feedback from them? Because so to pure.
True. Yes.
Mefika session number? Oh. Anaendelea aje? I normally ask parents, even they told a parent, when I'm done, it's a part to go follow up. Can you have a chat with them, how they're progressing, listen to them, know the challenges? Can you get to know that they're being helped? Ama tuko tu hapa tunapiga chat, tunapiga sessions. So parents need to really focus more on what is happening in the child. The part of the professionalism to really bring healing.
Yeah.
But you don't restore healing. When you get to know more pain. So the part of a counselor, like you're saying, it's important to have professional counselors, professional, but guided professionalism.
Yeah.
I normally say it's good to do counseling. Okay, I don't know about myself. I normally tell everyone I'm doing this as a counselor, but with a Christian heart. So apart from talking through the sessions in terms of the stages on counseling, I trust God that I'll also be able to instill. I'm doing it as a physical conversation, but I'm every day pray that God, whatever is in my heart, may it guide something in them. So most of my God, me naongea, lakini you bring a healing that comes with the word of God. So a challenge, but not being partisan. The best counselors that you can never take your kids in, trust counselors who are also born again believers. Sakata yule gani nabaya, but also follow patterns in these people's lives. Like you're saying, if these people could have dug deep into this counselor who was a gay, na shida mtoto wake pia ni gay, wangepeleka huko.
True.
Yeah. But I think they went for probably the name and probably the fame and probably, and some counselors, parents don't want to pay.
Yeah. True.
So ukimwambia mimi, I love Reverend Kenaringo. Haish. Yeye usema Sud, ukutaka kufanya kazi vizuri. Sawa. So I call these kids for mentorship, we didn't bring them. Now that they are messed up, 10 sessions. And I'm charging because I'm offering help to a child.
Yeah.
But some parents, this kid, just take them to maybe 4 sessions. Like, no, msaidie tu. So kama huwezi saidia, msaidia but taking advantage.
Exactly.
So the place of counselors, like you're saying, is for us to really just bring healing, hope, and restore. Yeah.
And while at it, when we are helping them, we're helping these kids find help and all that, we talked initially about the whole place of the signs of that this one is emotionally hurt or they've been sexually assaulted. What is the danger of us overlooking those emotional wounds as parents?
Having interacted with teenagers and even new parents, I think we have a lot of stories. So zinafanya kama kuna sikia tunataka tukulie because it's painful. I know of a young man who was molested when he was young by a house help. And not all house help is bad, but by tuko. And this young boy the house help was an old woman. And this old woman really molested. This young person grew up having that, it's the wrong word, having that affinity to her old women. Yeah, ataki kuwa mde mdogo. So anytime you want to get married, he brings older women to the parents. And I'm this one. No, bring a young girl. This lady is 10 years older than you. No.
Want someone older.
Why? First experience he
was with an older woman.
Do you know when this guy got married, even at the place of work, he slept around with old women. Why? The wounds. So when you overlook, this is again. When you overlook, kids don't even pass exam. But then it is so bad not to be present because you'll be able to overlook. Unasema huyo amechange walking style. See walking style? Squeezy, what's wrong with you? You don't know how to talk to your brothers, your cousins, you are male. But how can I just be close to me? Are you okay? But all of us will be, nowadays you don't go to your cousins. Nowadays you lock yourself in the room. You don't want to talk to people. Nowadays you are ignorant about even probably communicating. So we pump nowadays. But then nowadays shakupatia opportunity, but there's a pattern. So if you don't really become sensitive about what is happening in our kids' life, then they become a prey to the enemy. So the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Destinies are destroyed because of we parents being ignorant about the signs of our kids being, not about molestation, even a name. Your kid has been called a name in school. Wewe ni umbwa. And you see them bit reserved. Those are signs something is wrong. Like I said, if you're present, you'll be able to know the signs.
True.
So I'll see this kid is not eating. Usimwambie, what is wrong with you? So you're slimming. Kidogo atanyamaza nayo because hata hiyo word umesema haizi kuja kuongea nayo. So if you're able to understand the patterns when they're healthy, you'll be able to understand the patterns when they're not healthy. Even if they just tell you by the way, and sometimes your kids will tell you that mom, dad, nani, like you said the other day by one of my daughters who is 6 years old. So they were playing outside with my 3 years old. So I think she came and like, hey dad, and nani called Tasha, I think just a weird name. So I asked her, what did you do? It called my sister, aliwapasha.
Nice one.
Yeah. So but you think that word of mom or dad, nani called nani this name. If I would have ignored, next time it happens out an
Yeah, very true.
Hii ni logo tu alibita jina. So next time atamchuna because dad ignored the first. My first being a sister, they ignore. That's what happens. So your kid may come and tell you, by the way, I'm not okay. Nambia kila siku tu not okay. So hata kuambia I'm not okay because I'm hurt. Because the first thing is, this is the sign you take kufanya homework. So when my daughter told me that, I said, but hata mimi nionyeshe msichana kwa wapi. So she's now aware that anyone who touches my sister, dad will rise up. Ninge ignore. Kama atachomwa, achapwe, cannot tell me. So that's how to become a friend. Listen and be available.
Okay.
So take, hata kama ni uongo, mwambie amefanya nini? Ati alemba sister yangu eti ameshuka vibaya. Kwa nini? So show that space of, by the way, I'm protecting you.
Yeah.
And maybe the kid, of course, nywele yake amesema nywele yake iko shaggy. Na ni ukweli, maybe your way is shaggy. But the first thing is, how am I reacting? That shows concern and protection. It will give this kid another avenue to share, by the way, dad, someone touched me here. Dad, someone sat on me. Dad, someone was holding my breast. But because the first sign I told you, dad, someone was doing what? Was pulling me. So it started by the first reporting I got from my daughter based on what is happening for my son. If I ignore the first report, or the first one that was like, there's a danger, they will keep it quiet, and that's now the danger of now when they grow up. Even me. And the damage has already been done. But the worst of it is what you call, I think, we inflict it on other people. Do you know the people who go through sexual abuse, high chances they do the same in life. It becomes a
high
pattern.
Chances, true.
They do the same in life. I love my friend Ken Aringo's book on software of sex, and he starts with the story of a lady who got into a pattern of sexual relationships because of the first encounter of sex with someone who raped her. So if you don't prevent it, unaona mtoto amesha grow ako so much into probably pornography ama sexually active, and if you dig deep, they're finding solace.
Yes.
So they're like, but they're not even solace. They feel like they're worthless. They feel like there's nothing that matters in life. In fact, they look like they're so dirty. So what am I protecting that has already been taken? No. What value do I have to keep that has been taken away? So the patterns come back in life. And this case now, even they become suicidal. Some become so much sexually active. Dig deep. That's why nowadays when someone is sexually active, but they don't condemn them.
Yeah, because there's the story behind.
Hey, there's a story. Unless anaambia ni choice. But dig deep.
Yeah.
Umsajaribu kukava ile wound. Juu aliongea na mtu kusikiza.
Unajua umesema nikakumbuka there's a, I don't know if it's someone I heard or I was watching something on YouTube. There's a lady who is she's been into prostitution for quite some time.
Yeah.
And she talked about how it all started.
Oh, yeah.
The first encounter was a rape case. And she wasn't young. I think she was 20, 21, thereabout. But she was raped. And after that incident, she said, somebody forced me and had canon knowledge of me without my consent. From now henceforth, if anyone should come to me, they'll have to pay for it. I am never giving this for free.
Wow.
And that is how she started. And she has grown up the ranks. And so the genesis was that rape case. I know in this whole prostitution story, women have different stories of how it all began. But that is what she said for her case. And she said since then, she says, no one, I don't care. You will not have me. You pay for it. Somebody had it for free by force. No one is going to have it for free ever. And that's been her over the years. So I agree. If we don't deal with it, it's going to reflect.
But the way there's nothing that is hidden, you cannot hide it for long. You see, the challenge of hiding things under the carpet, we'll be able to get the smell.
Yeah, there's a day itaanza kutoa harufu.
Na ya kwangi mzuri? You cover the wound for long. So those are the repercussions. And sometimes even these kids, you'll find them, maybe they hate you as a parent.
True.
And they hate you as a mother. Why? Mom, you didn't tell me about my uncle. Mom, you didn't tell me about what I need to do. So I'm going through this pain because mom ulisema no. Uliniambia mimi ndo mbaya. So unapata mtu yana kuhate, like this kid doesn't love me.
Yeah.
And the challenge you have is, and I'm praying for men. And even with men, let's start with the parents. How do we protect this kid from this probably danger of being raped or sexually assaulted?
Yeah.
Yes, first of all, be present. Second thing is, what are we showing them on their screens?
Yeah.
Thirdly, how do they dress? You know you have a male fanyikazi, but the kids are dressing semi-naked. Not even semi-naked, 8% naked. So you're exposing them to the world.
Yeah.
Do you know that a lion can never go for a prey if that prey is not probably delicate?
Yeah.
A lion is tafuta monkey. Ama hayana imekonda imekufa.
Unajua kuna buffalo zime.
So why we expose our kids to, I think, predispose them to danger is even the way they dress. So your kids are going to church, your kids are going to the shop, but umemekana 0-0.
Yeah.
So unaweza kusema wanaume, si wanaume. Can someone say that dress up the way you dress in the house? We had a new house help, Natawachi. And she came in, man, and she was putting on miniskirts. And I told my wife, let me see as younger. So my wife just told her one thing: dress the way you see us dress in the house. You too. You've never seen me dressing that way, don't dress that way. You've never seen my kid dress that way, don't dress that way. Because if you start exposing yourself that it's good to dress semi-evil, my kids start dressing the same.
Yeah.
But they sit in a protect watoto wangu. Pia na protect wane wako njiani. If my kids go on the road and they're not well dressed, if someone who has a mind that is probably selfish and who is walking the worldly way, if they attack my kids, I'll not blame my kid, this person. So even as much as saying that be friends with them, call us for counseling as counselors and as mentors.
Yeah.
Man, make your home a place that there's a lot of values.
Yeah.
One value, the way in this house, unless mgo imekatika tupeleke fundi. So it starts from the house.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And finally, what would you tell a parent who coming to you firsthand and tell you my child has been molested? Maybe I have witnessed it or they have opened up to me. This is what I have on my plate. Douglas, I need help as a parent. What would you tell that parent? Because clearly they need help.
I know a parent who was crying on the phone, literally shouting. Hi! And you see, before it comes to a law, it's always out there. Hi, until it touches. Even this issue of LGBTQ.
Yeah.
It looks like, but it's on the paper. Until your son or daughter tells you, but the way, mom, mimi ni gay. Nashinda kama mchape. umfukuze, umchome. Umchome, si ndio?
Hold it there. I saw, was it a meme or whatever on Facebook? A young man is going out. Like, Dad, I have a date today. Oh, nice, good, okay. Dude is dressed up, ready to go. Then dad anampea kadi yake. Ambia, shika. Ambia, no, Dad, it's not necessary. No, you need, for the image,
Yeah,
shika.
man.
Kambia, no, Dad, he's the one who called me out. He's gonna pay. Like, he.
Did you say he?
So that person was asking, so how am I even supposed to react to this? My son is telling me he's going out with a man for the very first time.
And the man is going to pay.
So yeah.
I normally say, you see, the prodigal son story is very important biblically. I love that story because it talks about the space of forgiveness. Do you know that Nashami, teenagers, let's talk about teenagers first of all, face rejection everywhere. First on social media, I may post no one has liked. Rejection can come. Dissatisfaction can come. There's a time we went to a school and one of the young girl was being alleged that ako kwa lesbianism. And one of the parents was there. There was a team of many ladies. Now got to form one first term. First week, so the parents were like, how? So you go to the principal's deputy principal's office, you're given the story, and then you talk to your daughter. This parent left that deputy principal's office. Fire. And she landed on this kid, beating this girl, telling all those nonsense, and the girl started running away. And we had to tell her, no, stop. Have you heard her story? And the girl was like, but now when you heard the story, it was allegations. And told this point, this girl had a chance to run. Needed to get to kumefungwa. Angeenda nje. Aende kwa barabara, wayakiwe. Then you say, by the way, my kid is dead. Ama whatever, by the way, in the police stations, missing child. But the first place I normally say, I tell parents, I deal with such issues. The first place the kid need to feel safe is home.
Yeah.
When the whole world has said no, even if it's a wrong thing, if my kid I've been calling so that your daughter has done this, the first thing is not to say, but the why, ndio kitambi ilikuwa umefanya hivi. So they need to feel a sense of belonging, even in space where they've messed up. And that's give them security because you see, I'm rejected outside there. Yes, I did wrong. My friends have rejected me. The school is against me. The first place that the prodigal son found was home. He was rejected. He faced self-rejection, but he knew home will be accepted. So the first thing, if they tell you that, receive them with love first of all. Don't condemn first.
Okay.
Receive them with love. Then now receive them love. You see this prodigal son, even the dad didn't even talk about what the son wanted. When he found mjakazi, the first thing was to give the person a royal ring, and then a royal robe, and then sandals. So first of all is, can you receive them in that space of being delicate? Because hapo wako very vulnerable. You push them away, they go far.
True.
You receive them with love, they become vulnerable to you. So the first thing is receive them with love. Accept them as your child. In fact, give them a hug. Like that prodigal son and the father. Give them a hug. Embrace love to them. And then now talk about what is happening to them. If they tell them they're gay, tell them, but how did it happen? Then take them through the values that people believe in. But me, I'm your dad. This is your mom. So do you think the two of us made a mistake? Do you think we need to be probably like you are ungekuwa wapi? So me, the first thing is accept them first of all. Okay. Don't condemn them, receive them, and let them feel accepted.
Okay.
Because kuna kitu umesema kuhusu gay. So ukiwaeka kwa that space, by the way, even you, that by the way, even my parents have the same thing. So accept them with love, receive them, then now correct them through love. That will work out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And don't feel like, by the way, when you panic, they panic.
Right.
In fact, when you panic, they get confidence. Yeah, but pick it up like, by the way, this is what has happened. Let's talk about it. Oh, you slept out with someone? Oh, so you took alcohol? It's okay, but now let's talk. What happened about that? And then from there, don't engage them. I just don't kumcancel. Now refer to professional counseling. Yeah.
The place of kwanza hiyo place ya kucancel, especially parents who are counselors by training. We are so quick to one thing, because I deal with this thing.
I know. And you start applying all the theories and it's, but let's talk. Let me say, you can never cancel your child.
Fact.
You can't. That's why if you need someone to, because you'll be dealing as a father and mother.
Yeah.
Najua utamgonga hata kuambia kila kitu. So mpeleke kwa Nashami mwenye amjui atamwambia no, this is between us. In fact, when you take them to professional counselor, they open up more.
True.
But you talk to them in the house, you just find the stickers in the house. They don't tell you the truth. Yeah.
Okay. Well, as we begin to wind up this, would you have any parting shots across the board whatsoever in your heart to parents? Generally.
Hapa takunanga parting shot. Hii ni conversation ingine. I'm a parent of not teenagers, because my kids are till 10 years and below. But I'm a parent of many teenagers based on mentorship.
Yeah.
The parents, one thing I've learned about these young people, they need you to be their friend. When you become a friend with them, they'll be able to open up to you for everything. Yes, it's good to be harsh, but you know what? Even as you add salt to food, too much of it is make food not palatable.
Yeah.
Less of it, not enjoyable. So balance between being tough and tender. But that comes when you're a friend. Because you're a friend who tell you, but then Nashami, you don't go to that meeting. Yeah, don't go. And they know why. They'll be tough on you. But they'll tell you, do you know why? If you go to that meeting, it will do what? Tarnish your reputation. So be tough and then tender. There's some will tell you, by the way, I know you don't want to go to that meeting. Let me encourage you. You'll get a bit of, this is the benefit for that meeting. So that being also loving, tender by telling you, don't do this. So most parents we have a tendency of telling our teenagers, do not nisiku party. But we don't tell them, Lord, let's do this. So give the positive part of why it's not supposed to be done.
Okay.
So friendship, being tender, and now showing love.
Okay.
And like I said, maze kukireject huko nje kabisa. These kids come at home, let them feel warmth.
Yeah.
Because home is where they feel there's acceptance, forgiveness, and unconditional love. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you.
And let's keep doing this.
Tufanye nyingine tena.
Si ndio, conversations haziishi. Wacha nitafute topic next.
Hata next iko tu sahi.
To cut here alafu tufanye nyingine.
Thank you so much, Nashami Wangara. This is an awesome show. I think I love this. You see, you're doing it from a mentor's heart. As I said, there's a difference between being a counselor and having the passion to help these young people.
True.
And I love what you're doing. More grace.
Amen.
And may the Lord really supply all that is needed for this show to go beyond where it is.
Amen.
And for the crew, man, you guys are good. So I hope you're learning about parenting. Hallelujah.
Yeah. I was telling them behind the scenes, you people are just blessed because man mnapata content.
Yeah.
Takuwa wazazi wafiti. But then behind the cameras even right now are 4 amazing gentlemen. 4 amazing fathers.
Hallelujah.
They are smiling. Hii kitu ina work, si ndio?
And may God help you to become the right fathers.
Amen.
Yeah, be a friend to your children.
Amen.
Wapande juu ya kichwa, waanguke hapa, wakuvute masikio. Useme wewe, tai yangu. Yeah. And the challenge is before you go that when you don't become friends with them, when you grow old, you'll be looking for them. Mbona unipigiangi simu?
But you're not friends. You didn't create it.
Now.
Ninyi tumeongelea by the way, si ya audience hii ilikuwa yenyu.
Yes.
Mwingine akaamua kuichukulia aichukue, but hii ilikuwa yenu.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining us today. Just a beautiful conversation in the whole place of just how we need to be cognizant of the fact that if our children are suffering, if they are wounded, and we don't acknowledge that place and help them heal, it will reflect in their future. And I think parting shot, kama hujawatch episode utatafuta penye iko, usingoje 20 years later ndio story to deal. If you know, you know. So let's not wait for 20 years later. If we get to know about it now, to deal to nayo saizi. And I love also the fact that Douglas has said the whole place of kids want to feel that love, acceptance, forgiveness from home. So let's create that environment for our children, that it will be easy for them to speak. And number 3, let us be present. If we are not, and I love that, if we are present in their lives when they are healthy, it's easy for us to know when they are unhealthy. But if we are not present, We wouldn't know if they're healthy or unhealthy. Tajua wako tu. So let's be intentional about our presence in their lives. And thank you once again for joining us. It's always a joy having this and having you as our audience. The conversation continues. Go ahead, share this with someone else. If you know of a parent who's caught up in such a thing, this is a link you should forward to them. Let them watch, let them be encouraged. And this is just a throw to every parent out here. If you are in that space and you really want someone to talk to your child, maybe you're like, I don't know how to deal with this. Reach out to us. That's why Douglas does this. That's why I do this and many others. And yo stuff umesema ya tufanye due diligence kabla tupeane watoto wetu for therapy. Si ndio? Juu tunarusha watoto kwa moto.
Tunaingiza huko lakini hatujui tunaweka wapi.
Hatujui.
It's more worse there.
Na tunalipa in fact.
And you pay
We
more.
are paying money to mess our children.
You mess it more.
Lord have mercy. Wazazi tumesaidika.
Man.
I have been helped.
I've been
I hope
helped too.
you have been helped too. Thank you so much. And from us to you is blessings, blessings, blessings. Parents, let's keep at it. This thing is working. It's we work as we continue. So keep at it. The Lord bless you and may your children thrive because you are an intentional parent. From us to you is peace, 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 peace. Shalom and God bless you.
Blessings.